Right. So Chexx is not here anymore. I'm gonna be taking over the show today.
Hello! Welcome back to Wine Chats with Chexx. And today I'm gonna talk about how I literally chased him out of my life. Alright, if you're new to the channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. Hashtag road to 1,000 subscribers. But anyway, let me not waste a lot of time. Let's get right into it. Oh. Oh. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you a little story about a man that I ended up chasing, and I mean literally chasing out of my life. If you really do care to know what that means, please do stay tuned and stick with me, and I'm sure you'll understand. So, what had happened was, a couple of years ago, I met a guy on a night out. It wasn't really a night out. I wouldn't call it a night out. Let's just say, what happened? It was back when after work we used to go to a place in my neighborhood, me and my friend, and we'd grab quick drinks, just quick drinks, quick drinks. And then after that we would go home and then, bear to face the next day or whatever. So this particular day was a Thursday. And where I'm from, Thursday is Thirsty Thursday. Okay? Thirsty Thursday. On Thursday we drink. There's happy hour everywhere. So anyway, how I met this guy is quite a very long story that is really not relevant. But I would like to emphasize the fact that I had never met him before, and this was the first night that I met him. So we met through a friend. He got us acquainted by introducing us to one another. So basically, an hour after I was introduced to him, me and him ended up in a conversation that led to him offering to buy me a drink. I refused, and he was so shocked for some apparent reason. He was very shocked that I refused the offer. But to be very honest, I thought at the time I had enough to drink and I just didn't want any more alcohol. But he insisted, and then he ended up pulling me basically to the bar, and then he ordered 2 shots and I kept saying no, and then ultimately he just told the bar lady, listen, in English it's can you please give this lady a drink that she wants? So I chose a shot of Jameson, we took it together, and then that shot just sent everything spiraling out of control. Next thing I know, we're sitting in his car and I'm telling him about one episode that's gonna be upcoming. I'm telling him about a dude that I was seeing that stole my wallet. So anyway, so he's laughing. He thinks I'm hilarious and everything, and then he tells me that he works out of town and he's visiting his mother, who lives in the hood, who lives in the neighborhood. And so one thing leads to another, and the next thing I know, he asks me out for coffee. And I was really shocked because I've never had anybody ask me out for coffee. So I'm quite impressed, but whatever. I mean, yes, I'm very easily impressed. Is that the word? So we end up driving to the nearest mall for this coffee date, because when I asked him when, he's like, even now we can do it. And it's smack in the middle of winter. It's June, July. Where I'm from, June, July, it's cold, okay? It's cold. So anyway, we are on the way to this mall, and then we get to the mall, and then unfortunately the coffee shop that we wanted to go to was closing. So now we realize, okay, it's pretty late, and I had work the next morning. Can you imagine? I had work the next morning. So I tell him, oh my goodness, I have work in the morning. I should probably, because what we had done is we met at this place and we decided to go for coffee, and we had left my car at the place we had met at. So I told him, okay, look, it's getting late. Let's go back to my car so I can go home. So, okay, he drives me to my car, and then as I get into my car to go home, he says, oh, let me follow you because I just want to make sure that you get home safe. What? Okay. So, he follows me home. We get to the front of my home. And then as I am looking for my house keys, I realized that in the morning I was in such a rush that I forgot them. So now it's like past the time of ringing the bell in my home of my mother's house. You cannot ring the bell past the certain time. So now I'm basically stuck. Usually in this kind of situation, I would just go to a friend's house and crash or whatever. But this very interesting young man that I had just recently come acquainted with offers to chill with me for an extended amount of time. Like I said, it's smack in the middle of winter, and I get really cold. Like right now, my hands are really cold. You can't feel it, but I promise you, they really is. Okay. So he tells me, okay, we can chill, because he also missed the curfew at his home. Like, I want to emphasize, if you're watching this video and you're not from an African home, and I mean like a strict African home, then I must make you understand how important curfews are. You know, it's important. The house must be locked at a certain time. If you are not home, then you can find wherever security you need, but not here. You get what I mean? So what happens is he offers to book a room. So of course my immediate thought is, do you really think it's that easy to get this booty? But you know what, at this point my pride levels were very low because it was cold, and we were, you know, sitting in his car. We had parked my car, we left my car in front of the house because I figured either way I'm gonna come back in the morning and it's better in front of my house than anywhere else. So we go to we book a room in a very simple and quite tasteful bread and breakfast, just a few streets away from my actual home because I wanted to be as close to home as possible. And so when we get inside, basically we had this really weird situation where he was suggesting that I take a shower because he could see how cold I was. So I get into the shower, and it's a very lovely shower. It's nice and hot. I made it, you know, almost boiling. You know what I'm saying? Almost boiling. I was almost ready. I'm so sorry. So fast forward, as I'm in the shower, I hear him sort of scrunching around in the room. I guess he was just checking things, opening stuff. I don't know who does this, but every time I go to a room or like a hotel room or like an apartment, I always want to check the cupboards because, you know, sometimes they put stuff in there for us, but if you don't check, you'll never know, right? So I hear him scrummaging and whatnot, and then he says, hey, I'm a bit cold. And mind you, at this point, me and this man have been having like the best conversations. I won't even lie to you. The only reason I'm in this room at this point is because the conversation was great, the vibe was great, and we were flirting, of course. I mean, I wouldn't be dragging myself into situations with men that I do not take a particular liking to. It's a good laugh. So he basically suggests that we take a shower. However, it should be in a dark, well, he would switch off the lights, and we would face opposite directions just to make sure that he didn't make me feel sexualized, right? I mean, I'm open to it. It's whatever. At this point, we're in the shower, and I'm facing the wall, he's facing the other direction, and we're talking about any and everything at this point because nobody wants some silence. It's finna get awkward up in here. Like, I don't know you, like, you know what I mean? So anyway, we talk, and then we're done showering, and now it's time to get under the blankets and sleep because I mean at this point I'm exhausted. I had a long day at work, and now I'd had more than I had anticipated to drink, so I'm just ready to crash. And mind you, like I said, it's smack in the middle of winter. You know what I'm saying? So fast forward now, we get under the covers, And because it's cold, it ends up in a situation where he basically offers to cuddle me because I think he could tell that I was cold. But also, guys, like, it was a flirting thing. I mean, come on, I like him, he likes me, we're feeling each other. It's a vibe, you know? So next thing I know, we're talking, and now we're like face to face, and then next thing I know, we're making out. And I mean, like, yo, you know, after a year's drought and then the rain falls. Yeah, that's the kind of passion that was there. For making out, you know, hands all over the place, lips all over the place, you know, it's getting very busy, it's getting very heated in here. And I'll tell you something, 2 hours into that, you know, it was, no, it wasn't cold anymore, if you get what I'm saying. You know. Timmy, wow. Oh yes, his name was Timmy, by the way. So yes, that's what his name is gonna be from now on. Hey, Timmy. So Timmy and I wake up in the morning, and then he goes off to, like, you know, pay for the room and whatnot, or rather give the keys or something. I don't really know what he had gone to do, but I remember that I stayed in the room and I was, you know, gathering my stuff. I took a shower, you know. So because I'm a nice and decent person, his stuff was on the floor as well, so I picked it up, you know, just obviously getting ready to leave. And as I pick up his pants, his cards fall on the floor. So I think this is his identity card and his work card and other card. I really don't know, but they fell out of his pocket, so I just wanted to be nice and pick them up and, you know, put them back in his pocket. As I pick up his ID, I'm looking at this man, and I am 3 years older than this man. Timmy, wow. Wow. So he comes back and we have a little bit of an awkward, quiet moment, and I go, can I ask you a question? And he says, yeah, sure, shoot. I'm like, am I older than you? He's like, he saw my identity card. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't on purpose. Honestly, it just fell out of your pocket. I wanted to pick up your pen. He goes on into a conversation about how he really doesn't like to tell people how old he is because he's very mature for, you know, mentally mature for his age. So now we're off the age issue, and I ask him, can you please take me home? So we get to my house, and then just as I'm about to leave the car, he asks me what my plan for the day is, and I tell him, obviously I have no plan for the day. I was supposed to be at work, but now that I've bunked work, that means I might just need to go past the doctor and get a sick note. I see you judging me. Come on, like, we all had those days where we wanted to miss work and you went to the doctor, you know, your family doctor usually, somebody that you're comfortable with, and you told her, yo, ish, I'm tired. I just need a little break, you know. So I told him, no, I'm probably going to go past the doctor. So he tells me, okay, he's going to go home as well and freshen up, and he offers to take me to the doctor. And I'm thinking to myself, what? Okay. So, I mean, of course, I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm not a naive little girl. I'm a grown woman, and I know how certain things go. So at this point, I'm wondering, like, why would somebody that you had a one-night stand with want to hang out with you the next day? Especially because you live out of town, and now I find out that I'm even 3 years older than you. Jesus, where are we going? You know, so anyway, I get into the house, I make something to eat as I'm bathing, and then I get ready. And he had asked me to call him when I was done getting ready so that he knows when to leave his house. So I texted him when I was done having my breakfast because it's morning. Yeah, I had my breakfast, and then I texted him and I told him, okay, I'm ready to leave. And so he came to pick me up, and then he took me to the doctor. And then when we got to the doctor, and then he waited for me. Like, you're so cute, like, why? And then I find a text message from him, and he says something along the lines of, look, I don't know what this is, and I know I live out of town, and blah, 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 blah. And then he says, yeah, you know, I don't know what this is, but, you know, we could probably, I don't know, see where this goes. I'm single, you're single, I'm amazing, you're amazing. You know, he literally put it like that, something like that. It was really lighthearted and not forced or tried, and he put it out there like, you know what, yes or no, whatever you want to do, but like, I really want to do this. And like I said, I was very attracted to him. I mean, at this point, it was just very like, whoa, okay, clearly there is something here. So That's, I think, how we made it official. So it was like, okay, we'll hang out before you leave, and then obviously your mom lives here, so you'll be here regularly. Frequent the area or whatnot. So that is how me and Timmy decided to kind of make things official and, come together. Little did I know he was gonna take me on a trip, literally and figuratively. Thank you so much for joining me, part 1. I'm gonna end this video here, and yeah, just join me on the next one so that I can finish things off properly and just show you that a man can take you on a ride. So thank you so much for joining me on this session of story time. It's always a pleasure.